Hey everyone, welcome back to Assembly Bethesda. I'm Hain Fogarty, and today, Alex, we're diving into something really moving. The idea of divine sorrow, captured in art, especially when angels weep, you know? Ooh, that's an interesting one, Hain. Angels, I usually think of them as, like, joyful messengers, right? Like trumpets and good news. So weeping angels, that's a bit of a shift, isn't it? Totally. And that's exactly it. They are usually figures of joy, light, protection, messengers bringing good news. But in Christian art, across centuries, there are these powerful moments where they show real grief, actual tears, profound sorrow. It's like heaven itself is just touched by the pain down here, you know what I mean? Wow, yeah, I do. So when angels weep, that title really, it gets right to it then. It's about how even these perfect celestial beings express something so human? Exactly, Alex. It's about divine sorrow over human loss, over sin, and especially over the suffering of Christ. It's not just humans feeling it. It's beyond us. It's a powerful concept. Let's jump into where this shows up most vividly, most powerfully. We're talking scenes of the Crucifixion, the Lamentation, and the Pietà. Okay, I'm intrigued. Crucifixion makes sense, but how do artists even, portray that sorrow from an angel?
Right. So, think about the crucifixion first. In so many paintings, so many sculptures, angels are hovering around the cross. But they're definitely not just standing there neutral. Some are just openly weeping. Take Rogier van der Weyden's Crucifixion triptych, around 1445, right? There's this incredible detail of a crying angel. It's dressed in this deep blue, floating in the air, wings spread out, and its face, it's buried in its hands. Oh, wow, that's so visceral, like it can't even look at it? The raw emotion, you're saying? Absolutely. The sorrow is just so raw, Alex, it's like the angel physically can't look directly at what's happening. The tears, the twisted posture, it all screams that this isn't just human grief, you know? Mary and John, of course, they're heartbroken, but heaven feels it too. The angel's mourning, it truly shows that divine sorrow isn't distant. It's not removed. It's involved. It's empathetic. So it's not just a symbol. It's a feeling that's meant to convey that God or the divine is actually experiencing the pain too. That's a lot to think about. It really is. And that idea, that deep emotional involvement, it just builds even more in the Lamentation scenes, where Christ's body is taken down and mourned. It evolves. So the Lamentation scenes, angels, they often appear supporting the body or standing nearby, and their expressions just carry this immense grief. In some Byzantine and early Renaissance works, you see angels literally twisting in the air, hands raised to their faces in utter despair. It's a real shift from earlier art where emotion was, much more restrained, you know? By the Middle Ages and into the Renaissance, artists really started to just let sorrow show more freely. So the art itself got more expressive, over time, and the angels are kind of leading that charge, showing that deeper emotion. Exactly. I mean, angels weep because the death of Christ, it breaks something cosmic, doesn't it? It's not just a man dying, it's God incarnate suffering. And the tears of angels, they really remind us that redemption, it comes through real, tangible pain, and even the heavenly realm fully acknowledges that. Now, let's talk about the Pietà, that classic image of Mary holding Jesus' dead body. Sometimes angels join in there too. Oh, like mirroring Mary's grief? Yes, precisely. In versions like Filippino Lippi's Pietà from around 1500, angels support Christ's body alongside others, their faces full of this quiet, profound sorrow. Or in some German and French works from the 14th and 15th centuries, angels are just there, mourning with Mary. The Pietà, of course, it focuses on Mary's compassion, her pity. But when angels are included, it just, it expands that sorrow to the entire divine order. Heaven, it weeps with the mother.
And here's a really striking example, actually, that's outside of, traditional religious scenes entirely. The Angel of Grief, sculpted by William Wetmore Story in 1894. It's this life-sized winged figure, just utterly collapsed over a tomb. Wings drooping, face hidden, body draped in this abandonment.
Oh, I think I've seen pictures of that. It's incredibly powerful. And it's not biblical directly, you said. No, not directly biblical, but it draws so much from Christian iconography. Story made it for his wife's grave in Rome, calling it the angel of grief weeping over the dismantled altar of life. It truly speaks to the pain left behind, the sorrow that even celestial beings feel over death. It's been copied endlessly, Alex, in cemeteries everywhere. These Victorian weeping angels on headstones, bowed heads, tears implied in their posture. These figures, they comfort the grieving by saying even angels share in the loss, bridging earth and heaven. That makes so much sense, connecting human and divine grief. But Hain, you mentioned scripture earlier. Does the Bible actually talk about angels weeping, like explicitly? That's a fantastic question, actually. And it's interesting. The Bible doesn't have many direct scenes of angels weeping. There's Isaiah 33:7, "The angels of peace shall weep bitterly," which some interpret as heavenly messengers grieving over human sin or calamity. In the New Testament, angels rejoice over repentant sinners, but sorrow is rarer. Yet theologians like Aquinas, they discuss whether angels grieve for those they guard, pointing back to that Isaiah passage. So the art, it actually takes what Scripture hints at and visualizes that divine empathy.
So, yeah, Alex, angels aren't emotionless, right? They're clearly affected by our world. In Byzantine art, you see sorrow appear in Crucifixion and Lamentation icons. Angels sometimes have subtle tears or just anguished faces. Later in Western art, it gets much more expressive. Think of the Mater Dolorosa, Our Lady of Sorrows, where Mary's shown pierced by swords, weeping. Angels occasionally surround her, sharing that pain. The Seven Sorrows of Mary, they include the Crucifixion, and art often includes heavenly figures mourning alongside. It's like the more human Mary's suffering becomes, the more the divine realm echoes it. It's a powerful mirroring effect. Absolutely. So what does all this mean? When angels weep in art, it's showing that sorrow isn't just our burden. Divine sorrow exists because God just cares so deeply. The tears of angels, they point to the cost of love, the reality of incarnation. Christ suffers, Mary suffers, and heaven responds with grief. It's not defeat, though. It's actually part of the path to resurrection. Those weeping angels, they comfort us, really. They remind us that our pain is seen, it's felt, even in the divine realm. Wow. So it's not just a depiction, it's a message of comfort. That's incredibly profound. It really is. And consider how this evolved, right? Early Christian art, it kind of avoided too much emotion. Angels were symbolic, messengers without tears. But by the Gothic and Renaissance periods, artists humanized them more, allowing sorrow to show. It reflects a deeper theology of God entering human suffering fully. Angels weeping, well, they just make that suffering shared.
And that's why, in Victorian cemetery art, weeping angels became so popular, totally influenced by story sculpture. They symbolized the grief of those left behind, but also this incredible divine participation in mourning. An angel bowed over a grave, it says, "Heaven weeps with you. Your loss, it matters to the eternal." So it's not just a historical art trend, it's still relevant today for people looking for solace? Absolutely. Even in modern times, the image persists. People still find solace in these figures, whether in grand paintings or simple headstones. The iconography of divine sorrow endures because it speaks to something universal, the hope that sorrow isn't the end, that even angels' tears, they lead toward comfort and healing, It's really, really powerful. That's such a beautiful way to frame it. I'll definitely be looking at those images differently now. So, as we wrap this up, think about those images next time you see one, Alex. A sorrowful angel in a painting or statue. It's not just art. It's a profound reminder that divine sorrow meets ours, bridging the gap between heaven and earth. Thanks for letting me share this with you today. Thank you, Hain. That was truly enlightening. Thank you for joining me today. As always, it is a pleasure to spend this time with you. Thank you for joining me. God bless, and until next time, courage. head over to assemblybethesda.com for more.